Good morning, students. In previous class, we have seen that what about the enthalpy of a reaction. In that, I explained that for a exothermic reaction, enthalpy of the reaction is negative, and for a endothermic reaction, enthalpy of the reaction is positive. Once again, for exothermic reaction, the enthalpy of the reaction is negative, and for endothermic reaction, the enthalpy of the reaction is positive. Okay, even how it is negative and how it is positive respectively also I have taught for you clearly. And in next class, today's class, we are going to see that standard enthalpy of reaction. Okay, to understand the standard enthalpy of reaction, first we have to know what is meant by standard state of a substance. Once again, our next side heading is standard enthalpy of reaction. Okay, enthalpies of different types of reactions we are going to study. Already in previous class I told these are all coming under thermochemistry chapter. Actually, in thermodynamics itself, one small part is called thermochemistry. Okay, these are all related to heat content of the system reaction. That's why this is called thermochemistry. And in this, what we are going to study, first point, standard enthalpy of reaction. To understand the standard enthalpy of reaction, we have to know what is meant by standard state of a substance. Okay, now let us see what is the definition of the standard state of a substance. At 1 bar pressure and at a particular temperature, the pure form of any substance is present in which state is called standard state of the substance. At 1 bar pressure and at a particular temperature, the pure form of any substance is present in which state is called standard state of the substance. For example, pure alcohol at 298 Kelvin. Observe, 298 Kelvin is nothing but 25 degrees centigrade, room temperature. Maximum we will consider at room temperature only. Okay. Pure alcohol at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure is a liquid. So, what is the standard state of alcohol? C2H5OH. While we are writing in a reaction, we will show with bracket liquid. Is it okay, ma? Pure alcohol at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure is a liquid. So we are going to take standard state of alcohol as liquid. That is the meaning of standard state of a substance. At 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure, iron is a solid. So what is the standard state of iron? Solid. We will mention with solid state in bracket. Okay, that is the meaning of standard state of a substance. Now, what is meant by enthalpy, standard enthalpy of reaction? That is our main thing. Till now we have seen standard state of a substance only. Now we are going to see standard enthalpy of reaction. Okay, now let us write the definition. The standard enthalpy of reaction is a enthalpy change for a reaction. Generally, enthalpy change for a reaction we will say. For any reaction, immediately we will say enthalpy change delta H only we will say. Okay, but now the condition is when all the participating substances are in their standard states. When all the participating substances are in their standard states. Okay, once again, the standard enthalpy of reaction is a enthalpy change for a reaction. Generally for any reaction we will consider enthalpy change as delta H. Okay, the standard enthalpy of reaction is a enthalpy change per reaction when all the participating substances are in their standard states. Means all the participating substances must be in their standard states. For this we are going to show delta H superscript this representation. This representation we will see for standard state. Normal reaction. For normal reaction, delta H is the representation. For standard state, this is the standard state of representation. This is called standard enthalpy of reaction. Is it okay, ma? This is the definition of standard enthalpy of reaction. Once again, the standard enthalpy of reaction is an enthalpy change for a reaction when all the participating substances are in their standard states. Okay? That is the example. That is the definition. For example, H2 gas will undergo reaction with O2 gas at a particular temperature to form H2O liquid. Participating reactions H2 and O2 are present in gaseous state, their standard states. At 1 bar pressure and 298 Kelvin, H2 is a gas and O2 is also gas. In their standard states, they are going to react to form water. So, for this reaction, how much amount of energy is involved? That means change in enthalpy, delta H, is called standard enthalpy of reaction. For this whole reaction, this is called standard enthalpy of reaction. I think you are clear. Okay, this is for example we told. This is our side heading standard enthalpy of reaction. It is completed. Now our next side heading is enthalpy changes during phase transformation. Enthalpy changes during phase transformation. These are all physical processes only. No chemical process will be taken place in this phase transformation. Okay, what are the phase transformations taken place and how many types we have? Okay, easily we will know. Already this information we know. What are the phases? Means states. States of matter 3 are there totally: solid, liquid and gas. 3 states of matter we have. Now solid to liquid conversion, it is one transformation. Liquid to gas conversion, it is one transformation. Solid to gas directly, that is one transformation. Those are all coming under phase transformations. Okay ma? In these phase transformations, no chemical reactions are going to be happened. Only physical process, these are all going to be taken place. Okay, now under this one, first I am going to consider A. Under this total side heading, enthalpy changes during phase transformations. For example, ice. Solid water is called ice. Okay, ice requires heat for melting. So when ice is heated, it will be converted to water, liquid. Is it correct, ma'am? So this is represented as, ice is represented as H2O solid. When it is heated, you will get H2O liquid. Okay. Normally this melting takes place at constant pressure. There is no change in pressure while this melting is going to be happened. While this melting is going to be happened, there is no change in pressure. Okay. And during phase change, that means normally when we are heating normal water, water in solid state, when we supply heat energy, there is a change in temperature definitely. But while this solid state is converting to liquid state, this phase transformation is happening, no change in temperature will be observed. For example, I took ice. Okay, under this I kept means I am going to heat this ice. When I am heating this ice, continuously this ice temperature is going to be increased. Continuously this ice temperature is going to be increased. Correctly, we will get one state that ice is going to be converted to liquid. Ice is going to be converted to liquid. Okay, at this conversion, ice is going to be converted to liquid at 0 degree centigrade. That one we will say at generally 0 degree centigrade. Okay, previously ice is present at minus 3 degree centigrade for example. Slowly we are increasing the temperature, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, like the change in temperature is observed. But at once this ice reaches 0 degree centigrade, it is started ice to be converted to liquid. At that time 0 degrees is maintained for some time. So while solid is getting converted to liquid, the temperature is constant for some time. Again, after conversion of into liquid, for liquid, if we keep on heating that one, again for liquid it will be increased temperature. Okay, but at the time of phase transformation, solid is going to be converted to liquid. For some time this temperature is going to be constant. Is it okay? Till that 0 degree centigrade, whatever the heat energy we are supplying, that heat energy is used to convert solid state to liquid state. At that phase transformation, the temperature is kept constant for some time. After that, again for liquid, if you keep on going on heating, for liquid again temperature increases. Okay, at the time of phase transformation only temperature is going to be constant. Now once again, normally this melting takes place at constant pressure, atmospheric pressure, and during phase change temperature remains constant at 273 Kelvin. That's why only I told at 273 Kelvin for some time temperature is going to be maintained constant. Okay, this is conversion of solid to liquid. For this conversion of solid to liquid, some amount of energy is involved, that is I will write in the next paper. Before that, I hope you are understanding. Okay, there are three states of matter we have: solid, liquid and gas. Now we are first converting the solid to liquid. That process is called melting. Conversion of solid to liquid is called melting. Okay, so when we heat solid water, it will be converted to liquid water by change in enthalpy. What is the change in enthalpy? I will show now. See. H2O solid is converted to H2O liquid delta H naught standard state, standard enthalpy change, but this is not chemical reaction, physical process only. Okay, is equal to 6 kilojoules per mole. What is the value? 6 kilojoules per mole. And what is this conversion? Solid is converted to liquid, means absorption of energy will be taken place. Absorption of energy. That's why this is endothermic process. Here positive sign is there. Are you understanding, ma? By the absorption of energy, solid molecules which are very closely packed, between them intermolecular forces will be broken down and their distance increases and they are converted to liquid. This is happening by the absorption of energy. That's why here we will see plus. Okay, when this process is reversed, and one more thing, this is change in enthalpy for fusion. This process is called fusion also. Generally melting we will write, or we can write it as fusion. Okay, delta H naught fusion is equal to 6 kilojoules per mole. When this process is reversed, then it is called freezing. Previously here solid is converted to liquid, it is positive sign, that is endothermic process. When liquid is converted to solid, H2O liquid is going to be converted to H2O solid. Okay, liquid molecules are far away from each other. When they want to be converted to solid, they have to come closer. At that time, attractions are increased. When attractions are increased, energy will be released. So delta H naught, this is called liquid to solid, which is called freezing, is equal to minus 6 kilojoules per mole, meaning energy will be released. Numerical value is same only, but here energy is absorbed, here energy is released when the process is reversed. Is it okay, ma? Like that we will continue for next phase transformations also, but those I will show in simple textbook only. These are all simple processes only. Okay, but for this process I explained clearly. Now I will show it in textbook, ma. I hope you are clear only. When the process is reversed, energy is going to be released, but numerical value is same only. Same amount of energy is released here same amount of energy is absorbed. In this condition, how much amount of energy is absorbed, that much amount of energy will be released when the process is reversed. Okay, and this process is called fusion, this is called freezing. I hope you are clear. Now we will see what about the different phase transformations, ma. See, H2O solid is converted to H2O liquid. Delta H fusion is equal to 6 kilojoules per mole. Here delta H fusion is enthalpy of fusion in standard state. If water freezes, then process is reversed and equal amount of heat is given off to the surroundings. Then in that condition it is exothermic in nature. Next one, the enthalpy change that accompanies melting of 1 mole. Every time we have to consider 1 mole only. Already we know the importance of mole concept. Okay, ma. The enthalpy change that accompanies melting of 1 mole of a solid substance in standard state is called standard enthalpy of fusion or molar enthalpy of fusion, which is represented by delta fusion H naught. In the same way, next transformation we are going to see. Melting of a solid is endothermic, so all enthalpies of fusion are positive. Water requires heat for evaporation. That is okay, over. Now, water requires heat for evaporation. Next transformation, ma. Liquid is converted to gas. Okay. Water requires heat for evaporation at constant temperature of its boiling point Tb and at constant pressure. So temperature is constant is nothing but at the time of conversion of liquid to gas, the transformation is taken place. Same like that previously we have seen when the transformation is taken place from solid to liquid, how temperature is constant at 0 degrees centigrade. Like that for some time liquid is going to be converted to gas state at 100 degrees centigrade. Okay, at that condition also temperature is going to be constant. That 100 degrees centigrade is called boiling point of water. Boiling point of water. Delta H vaporization, which is called evaporation here. Delta H naught evaporation is equal to, here liquid is converted to gas. Liquid particles are nearby each other somewhat when compared to gas. Then they will absorb the energy and they will be separated. They will be converted to gas. Absorption of energy is going to be taken place. That's why this is plasma. Plus 40.79 kilojoules per mole. While liquid is converted to gas, absorption of energy is going to be taken place. So it is plus 40.79 kilojoules per mole. Okay. When the process is reversed, H2O gas is converted to liquid. That is called condensation. Delta H naught of condensation is equal to minus 40.79 kilojoules per mole. Same amount of energy is going to be released. Gaseous particles are far away from each other. When they come closer to form liquid, attractions are increased. Because of that attractions, energy will be released. When attractions are broken, energy will be absorbed. When attractions are formed, energy will be released. Okay. Amount of heat required to vaporize 1 mole of a liquid at constant temperature and under standard pressure 1 bar is called its standard enthalpy of vaporization or molar enthalpy of vaporization. Simply liquid must be converted to gas. Simple say. Okay, ma? Sublimation. Next, this is conversion of liquid to gas completed. If you reverse the process also, what will be happened? I explained. Next one, sublimation. Sublimation is direct conversion of a solid into its vapor. Directly, solid is converted to vapor. That is called sublimation. Solid CO2 or dry ice sublimes at 195 Kelvin. That is called sublimation point. Okay, with delta sublimation H0 is equal to 25.2 kilojoules per mole. Solid is very closely packed with each other. Okay, it should be converted to gaseous state, means very freely present. What happened to distance increases, means by the absorption of energy this solid is converted to gas. That's why energy will be absorbed, plus sign. How much amount of energy is absorbed? 25.2. In exams, no need to remember these values. In exams, no need to remember these values. Once again, I am telling. Okay. Naphthalene sublimes slowly, and for this delta H sublimation is equal to 73 kilojoules per mole. When solid is converted to gas, amount of energy will be absorbed. When the process is reversed, okay ma? When the process is reversed, then amount of energy will be released. Here, solid carbon dioxide is converted to gaseous carbon dioxide. Energy is absorbed 25.2 kilojoules per mole. Like that, if you reverse gaseous carbon dioxide is going to be sublimed to form solid CO2 minus 25.2 kilojoules per mole, meaning 25.2 kilojoules per mole of energy is going to be released. So negative energy will not be negative. Simply that negative sign is representing that energy is released. Positive sign is representing that energy is absorbed. That one only you have to observe clearly. When the process is reversed, energy is going to be opposite, released or absorbed. Okay na? If in normal condition, if energy is absorbed, in opposite condition, reverse condition, energy is going to be released. Okay, I hope you are understanding the concept and you are clear about the concept also. Now what we are going to see, definition of this one. Standard enthalpy of sublimation is the change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a solid substance sublimes at a constant temperature and under standard pressure 1 bar. Okay ma? That is called standard enthalpy of sublimation. I think you are clear about this concept. Every time we have to consider 1 mole of substance ma. Okay? We will not consider molecules, 1 molecule, 2 molecules like that. We will consider moles only. Okay, next. The magnitude of the enthalpy change depends on the strength of the intermolecular interactions in the substance undergoing the phase transformations. For example, the strong hydrogen bonds between water molecules hold them tightly in liquid phase. For an organic liquid such as acetone, the intermolecular forces are weak. Dipole forces are weak van der Waals forces. Acetone means high electronegative atom, oxygen is there. That's why dipole forces will be there. Okay, are significantly weaker. Thus, it requires less heat to vaporize 1 mole of acetone than it does to vaporize 1 mole of water. What is the meaning of that one? To convert 1 mole of water to gaseous state, it requires high amount of energy when compared to acetone to convert 1 mole of acetone to gaseous state. Why? In acetone we have dipole forces. In water we have hydrogen bonds. Types of intermolecular forces we have studied in gaseous state also, and so many times I told. Weak van der Waals forces are less than dipole attractions. Dipole attractions are less than hydrogen bond. If intermolecular forces are strong, more amount of energy is required to convert the liquid state to gaseous state or solid state to liquid state, whatever it is. Okay. Table 6.1 gives values of standard enthalpy changes of fusion and evaporation for some substances. Simply for reference purpose they gave all these things. See, N2 fusion means solid N2 to liquid N2 0.72 kilojoules per mole. NH3 solid to liquid 5.65. Like that, one tabular column is given for reference purpose only. Is it clear, ma? This is about physical process, standard enthalpy in phase transformations. Standard enthalpy in phase transformations only. Till now we didn't discuss chemical reactions. Now we are going to start our next side heading, standard enthalpy of formation. Okay, ma, let us see. From here onwards, chemical reactions will be started. What is meant by the standard enthalpy of formation? The standard enthalpy change for the formation of one molecule of a compound from its elements in their most stable states of aggregation is called standard molar enthalpy of formation. Okay, let us see the definition here. Instead of writing, see, I will explain. First, let us see what about the definition here. Standard enthalpy change for the formation of one mole of a compound from its elements, in their most stable states of aggregation, also known as reference states. See, also known as reference states is nothing but at room temperature, those substances are present in which states? Those are called reference states. Okay, so we want to take elements in their respective standard states, and if they undergo reaction to form a compound, one mole of compound, for that how much amount of energy will be involved, enthalpy is involved, that is called standard enthalpy of formation. See, standard enthalpy change for the formation of one mole of a compound from its elements in their most stable states of aggregation is called standard molar enthalpy of formation. Its symbol is delta H naught F. F is nothing but formation. Okay, for example, let us observe H2 is the gas. It is an elementary form element. O2 is also gas. Half mole of O2 we have taken because we want to get 1 mole of H2O. Okay, H2 is the gas in elementary form in its standard state. O2 is also present in its standard state. Standard state is nothing but generally we know in what state the elements are present. Don't get confused, that many conditions no need. Simply bromine means liquid, carbon is solid. Are you understanding? Phosphorus is solid, H2 is gas, O2 is gas. These are all known to us already. Okay, H2 is gas, O2 is gas. These two undergoing reaction to form H2O liquid. Standard state of water is liquid. For this reaction, how much amount of energy is involved? See, minus is nothing but energy is released. 285.8 kilojoules per mole of energy is released. That is called delta H of water. Formation of water we are going to see. For that amount of energy released is 285.8 kilojoules per mole. I hope you are clear, Okay, these are all examples only. Let us see some more examples they give. See, graphite. What is the standard state of carbon? Solid state. 2 hydrogen, 2H2 gas. Hydrogen is in gaseous state. To form CH4 in gaseous state. This is totally happening in standard state only. And 1 mole of CH4 is formed. For that amount of energy involved is called standard enthalpy of formation of CH4. Standard enthalpy of formation of CH4 is mentioned here. See, delta HF naught is equal to minus 74.81 kilojoules per mole. What is the meaning of that one? That much amount of energy is going to be released at the time of formation of 1 mole of CH4 from its elements in their standard states. At the time of formation of 1 mole of CH4, this much amount of energy is released, okay, from its constituent elements, carbon and hydrogen. Is it clear, man? Next one. Formation of alcohol. 1 mole of alcohol. Alcohol contains what are the elements? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So this formation of alcohol in liquid state. Generally alcohol is in liquid state only. That is standard state of alcohol. We are going to take the elements carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. See, carbon in its solid state, standard state. Hydrogen is in gaseous state. Oxygen is also in gaseous state. These are all undergoing reaction. 2C plus 3H2 plus half O2 to form 1 mole of ethanol. See, observe, we have to consider 1 mole. For every reaction we are considering 1 mole only. Are you observing or not? 1 mole of ethanol to form minus 277.7 kilojoules per mole. Okay, this is the heat of formation, that means enthalpy of formation of C2H5OH, ethanol. Next, it is important to understand that a standard molar enthalpy of formation delta H0F is just a special case of delta H0 only. Delta H0 is nothing but change in enthalpy of reaction. Change in enthalpy of reaction is, for this delta H0F is one type of case only. But the specialty is when this reaction is happened in their standard states of elements, then we will say delta H0F. That is only. Okay. Of a compound is formed from its constant elements. As in the above three equations, where 1 mole of each water, methane and ethanol is formed. In contrast, the enthalpy change for an exothermic reaction. For example, CaO plus CO2 gives rise to CaCO3. Observe, CaO is in solid state, CO2 is in gaseous state to form CaCO3. But this is not heat of formation, enthalpy of formation. This is simply enthalpy of reaction only. Enthalpy of reaction for the formation of CaCO3. But what is the meaning of enthalpy of standard state of enthalpy? Calcium carbonate must be obtained from calcium carbon and oxygen. Calcium carbonate must be obtained from calcium carbon and oxygen. But here we have taken calcium oxide and CO2. Those are not elements. Till now, whatever the examples we have taken, those are elements. See, ethanol, C2H5OH, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen we have taken in their elementary states. Okay, CH4, carbon and hydrogen contains. So we have taken them in elementary states. H2 and O2, these are all taken in elementary states. So those are all called standard enthalpy of formation only. But this is not standard enthalpy of formation, because if you obtain calcium carbonate by taking Ca, carbon and 3O2, 3/2O2, calcium solid, carbon solid, 3/2O2 gas will undergo combination to form CaCO3 solid. Okay, then only here what is the change observed, delta H is called delta H standard enthalpy of formation. But in the textbook this is not given. They gave that CaO plus CO2. So this is not obtained, calcium carbonate is not obtained from its constituent elements. So this is not coming under standard enthalpy of formation. This is coming under standard enthalpy of reaction only. Okay, next one. See, continuation. It is not an enthalpy of formation of calcium carbonate, since calcium carbonate has been formed from other compounds and not from its constant elements. Also, for the reaction given below, enthalpy change is not standard enthalpy of formation. Delta H0 for HBr also. See, H2 plus Br2. H2 gas plus Br2 liquid to obtain 2HBr gas. This is only delta H0 because here we obtain 2 moles. But standard enthalpy of formation is nothing but we have to obtain 1 mole only. hydrogen and bromine are present in their standard states and elementary forms only, but we did not obtain 1 mole here, we obtained 2 moles. So this is also not standard enthalpy of formation. Simply this is called heat of reaction only, enthalpy of reaction, minus 72.8 kilojoules per mole. Whenever we see minus, that is nothing but exothermic reaction. Whenever we see plus, that is called endothermic reaction. Okay, see here 2 moles instead of 1 mole of the product is formed from the elements, that is delta R H naught is equal to 2 into delta F H naught. Like this we have to write. For 1 mole delta F H naught, okay. For 2 moles delta F H naught, 2 into delta F H naught we have to write. I hope you are understanding, ma. I will write once and I will show. See here. H2 gas plus bromine liquid. Bromine standard state is liquid only, ma. Gives rise to 2HBr gas. Okay. For this, I want to represent delta R H naught. If I want to represent in standard state, ma, formation, standard enthalpy of formation, I will show 2 into delta F H naught. This is nothing but 2 into, because for 1 mole only generally we will see standard enthalpy of formation, but here 2 moles are obtained, na? That's why I am multiplying with 2. 2 into delta F H naught is equal to delta R H naught. Total reaction is nothing but this is standard enthalpy of reaction only. This is standard enthalpy of formation into 2, because 2 moles, na? That's why. But this is overall reaction, normal reaction. For any normal reaction, we will show like this. Okay, is equal to minus 72.8 kilojoules per mole. That is the difference between standard enthalpy of formation and standard enthalpy of reaction. Okay, ma? If you obtain 1 here, then standard enthalpy of formation is equal to standard enthalpy of reaction. But here we obtain 2, na? That's why 2 into standard enthalpy of formation is equal to standard enthalpy of reaction. Okay, that's why we wrote here delta H naught is equal to 2 into delta F H naught. Therefore, by dividing all coefficients in the balanced equation by 2, we can get actual for 1 mole. Enthalpy of formation of HBrG is written as half H2 plus half Br2 gives rise to HBr gas. Here we wrote delta F H naught is equal to division by 2, na? 78 by 2, 36.4 kilojoules per mole. Okay, ma? Standard enthalpies of formation of some common substances are given in table 6.2. In table 6.2, they gave some enthalpies of formation. See here. For Al2O3 formation, minus 1675.7 kilojoules per mole of energy is released. Minus, I should not say 1675.7 kilojoules of energy is released, or simply we have to say minus 1675.7. For barium carbonate, 1216.3 amount of energy is released, kilojoules per mole. Or we can say minus 1216.3. Br2 liquid 0. Br2 gas 30.91. Like that, in this tabular column, they give enthalpies of formation of all the substances, not all the compounds. For example, some reference compounds they give. Okay. For Fe2O3 solid, minus 824.2. For Cl2 gas, 0. For H2 gas, 0. These are the standard enthalpies of formation of some compounds. Few selected substances. Few substances only, these are all. In universe, so many substances are there, infinite number. All those things, infinite number not, it is finite only, but all those substances no need to remember also. This is for reference purpose only, ma. Okay, I hope you are clear only. Next one, continuation of this one. By convention, standard enthalpy for formation delta H naught F of an element in reference state, that is its most stable state of aggregation, is taken as 0. Okay, suppose bromine liquid is there. For bromine liquid, standard enthalpy of formation is equal to 0. For carbon solid, standard enthalpy of formation is equal to 0. For iron solid, these are all in their standard states. When the elements are present in their standard states, for them standard enthalpy of formation is equal to 0. By convention, standard enthalpy for formation of an element in reference state, that is its most stable state of aggregation, is taken as 0. Iron solid state 0. If it is present in liquid state, for that it is not 0. Okay, observe here. Bromine is present in which state? Liquid state. Bromine, generally its stable state is liquid. In that 0. Bromine gas, it is not 0. 30.91. Next. Cl2 is in which state? Gas state. 0. These are elements only, Elements in their standard states, we will take it as 0. Elements only. Suppose CO2 is compound. In its standard state gas, it is not 0. Only elements. For elements, standard enthalpy of formation is equal to 0. In their standard states. H2 gas, in its standard state 0. Cl2 gas, in its standard state 0. Br2 gas, it is not standard state. Br2 liquid, it is standard state 0. Like that, for convention, we will take, by convention, standard enthalpy for formation delta H naught F of an element in reference state is, that is element only, its most stable state of aggregation is taken as 0. Suppose you are a chemical engineer and want to know how much heat is required to decompose calcium carbonate to lime and carbon dioxide with all the substances in their standard state. CaCO3 solid state gives rise to CaO plus CO2 delta H naught F. Here it is not formation, I hope you are clear. That's why simply they wrote it as delta H naught R is nothing but enthalpy of reaction only. Here we can make use of standard enthalpy of formation and calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction. Okay, the following general equation can be used for enthalpy change calculation. Already we have seen that delta H naught is equal to sigma of enthalpy of formation of products minus sigma of enthalpy of formation of reactants, where A and B represent the coefficients of the products. If any coefficient is there, we will write the coefficient also. If 2 moles are there here, we will write 2 into delta of H naught F. A and B represent the coefficients of the products and reactants in the balanced equation. Let us apply the above equation for decomposition of calcium carbonate here. Coefficients A and B are 1 and each. This one 1 and this one also 1. Then delta H naught of reaction is equal to delta H naught formation for CaO solid plus delta H naught F for CO2 gas minus delta H naught formation of CaCO3. These values they gave in tabular column. Right, this tabular column is there, in this tabular column all those details were given. So by substituting those values, minus 635.1 is the delta H of CaO, minus 393.5 is the delta H of CO2, minus 1206.9 is the delta H of CaCO3. Like this total thing we are going to get 178.3 kilojoules per mole. Okay, thus the decomposition of CaCO3 is an endothermic process and you have to heat it for getting the desired products. If you see positive sign, immediately we have to understand that is endothermic reaction. Okay, this is about up to now whatever we have studied. Next thermochemical equations onwards we will study in next class. Okay, thermochemical equations. After that Hessla is also simple only, no problem. Enthalpies for different types of reactions. These are all we are going to study in next class. Okay, this is about today's class. I hope you are clear what we have studied today. It is easy only, but you have to remember everything clearly, differentiate everything and clearly. But these tabular columns, no need to remember, just for reference purpose only they give. Okay, thank you all, have a nice day.